and then we'll do a little hanging out. Joy, it is an absolute honor and pleasure to have you here.
My
You know,
pleasure as well.
I don't know if you've been watching all day. It's been absolutely remarkable, but the fact that
I
you're here this
have
morning, okay,
it.
awesome.
My eyes are almost bleeding.
Yep, yep, right there with you. But Joy has been a joy. She's been a member of the salon for a while, and a regular from the AI Learning Lab. And like I said earlier, I'll let you tell your background. I'd love for you to tell a little bit about your background, but not a filmmaker by training, but discovered this AI stuff and kind of fell in love with it. And obviously, you are a storyteller from some time in your life. It might have been when you were 7, but there is something locked in that head of yours where you've got such a clear vision for the overall story, for the visuals, for the music, for the edits, for the special effects, for the comedy. Just all of it's there. So I'm just really excited to hear you describe how you do what you do. So with that, let me turn it over to you, and I will back out and just take it from here.
Thank
Yes.
you guys. You're
Yeah.
both terrific, and I know you both must be tired,
Ah,
um, but you're doing a terrific job. So
Thank
my name
you.
is Joy. I don't have a film background. I just started using I probably a year ago. I just started making images, and then about 9 months ago, I made my first video. I was inspired to do it by being in the AI salon and watching Kyle's TikTok lives. Um, I have had my entire life stories in my head, but I didn't know how to get them out, and I thought maybe I'll write a book one day. But I'm not the best writer. I've tried writing prose. It just doesn't transfer right for me. So when I started making images in film, I guess I'm a visual learner. It allowed me to get some stories out of my head. So I am new in my journey, but I really am so passionate about it. There's nothing else I do except work, come home, and I practice a lot, and I read, and when I watch a movie, I am studying it now. I'm not just watching it. And made a short film that has one of the main stories that I still would like to pursue and make it on a bigger scale one day. I plan on retiring at 65. I'm now almost 61. My goal is to basically have a career after I retire in film. I'm not sure in what capacity. I love editing. I love making images and animating them, but I also love writing. And I think my knack would be more with screenwriting. So anyway, I film is what I do. So I prepared a film as my presentation. And I apologize, it does seem a little rushed. There was so much I wanted to get out, and I didn't want to be over time. So I'm just going to start that now. And when we're done, we can have questions or go over more. Anything you want to do, I'm here. Okay.
Hi, everybody. I know this is the last one of the day. You're probably all tired, so I'll try not to be too long-winded. So a little bit about me. I started making AI images probably a year ago, and then about 9 months ago, I made my first AI film. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that I just wanted to let people know that you can move pretty fast with learning how to do it because of AI, of course. So I wanted to offer some practical tips, things that you might not hear from someone else that you might have to discover on your own. It took me a long time to discover it. And possibly this will save you some heartache while you're trying to make your films. Optimizing your workflow with hidden gems for rendering efficiency. I have to apologize, I got a little excited about this LUTs trick or hack that I discovered, so I wanted to include that today. So I'm not going to be covering establishing shots. So I will be covering the LUTs and then also just some film editing hacks that'll help you with your storytelling. So the first thing I'd like to share with you is optimize playback for editing. You're just creating optimized media. Basically, in my program, DaVinci Resolve, it's an easy right click that you right click on your imported clip and select Generate Optimized Media and choose a lower playback resolution for smoother editing. And this does not affect the final quality. So the reason that you want to generate optimized media is to reduce the stress on your computer. Film editing uses a lot of resources. Also, you want to improve the playback performance. When you're editing, obviously you don't want to have lag. You want to be able to see your special effects clearly, and you just need to navigate the timeline quickly. Also, we need to enable real-time editing. When you get faster, you'll want to play the timeline while you're editing. So moving on, this is something I just discovered yesterday. It is for color correction using a LUT file. For those of you that don't know what a LUT file does, is it basically does color grading for you. Now, it's not a perfect fix, but for someone that has just learned filmmaking, and I had to learn Adobe Photoshop and all of the other AI tools to do it and video editing, this is going to be a lifesaver for me and hopefully for some others too. So this website, shotdeck.com, is somewhere I go when I'm trying to get ideas for film, ideas about lighting, color, setting. Also use it as image references or image weights, I should say, in Midjourney. But anyway, it's basically a cinematic image database, a library of still images of films, popular films that are out in the world, and filmmakers use them, photographers, art houses, to get ideas of what everybody's doing and see different styles. So there's a reason I'm bringing up shotdeck.com, and you will realize later on the purpose of that. But moving on, I'd like to just let you know I discovered this LUT file hack from a influencer, I guess you would call him, filmmaker. His name is Industrial Revolution. And he posted, I think about 6 days ago, but I just saw it yesterday. The heading is AI just unlocked a new way to color grade. Mind blown. And mine was. So all it takes is a conversation with OpenAI's ChatGPT. And here's the conversation. I wrote, I like the look of the Grand Budapest Hotel. Please can you build me a LUT file in the .cube format that will give me the same colors on my footage when applied. I have uploaded a still from the film for an example of what I want. I need to be able to download the LUT file for use. So ChatGPT went ahead, started doing the coding, did the coding, but refused to give me the file. Later, I discovered that it was very easy for myself to make, but I did have to ask it again to make it. And it was very easy to make the file. I just copied the code, put it in a notepad, saved it as a .cube file. So I pressed for the file though. I wrote, I think you can create the file for me to download. Go ahead and create it with a download link. Now, what you do with the file is going to vary according to what video editor you use. Mine just happens to be DaVinci Resolve. And basically you can see the path here where it's going from Windows to Program Data, Blackmagic Design, DaVinci Resolve, support LUT. And what seemed very short passing of time, I had a custom Grand Budapest LUT. So I made a mostly white image to test it on, and that's the image there. And then that's the Budapest one where I applied it. And I actually made 6 more because it was just fun to make them and see how they turned out. But I realized that's not really that sophisticated. You're using a white image. So I wrote, do you think you could analyze an image that needs a LUTs to achieve a similar look from a series of images I show you? I'd like to test that. Please analyze the first image to discover what color LUT might be appropriate to make to match the series of pictures in the second image I share with you. Go ahead and write the code to make the LUT and make a link for me to download it, please. So here's the Life of Pi LUT, and I grabbed some stills to put it next to it to see if there was consistency. And here's the information about it on the ShotDeck website. So I do realize this is the early stages of color grading with ChatGPT, just days, but I'm excited to see where this is going to go. I need to do further testing. I think someone that has more time under their belt with color grading should, really get in deep with this. And there's other things that need to be done with this. You can't just slap the LUTs on and call it a day. You have to preserve the correct skin tones and things like that. And of course, you have to adjust the shadows and black levels to make them darker. There's so much to color grading. That's why I got so excited when I saw this, because I feel like it might be transforming into something else with AI. And of course, I had to play with my new toy I made. So here's a little something I made with this beautiful LUTs. So the most important thing about filmmaking is actually storytelling. It's not how well you render. It's not how well you edit. It's, do you have a good story? So I made something that helps me keep organized and really focus on what's the most important aspect of filmmaking. So in the beginning, I had absolutely no idea how to organize pre-production information for making film. So I made a form, and this is available online. It basically just goes over synopsis, treatment, logline, cinematography, the name of your film, name ideas, I should say. You know, is it day? Is it night? Your script, props, story goals, inspiration. I have a shot list form that I made, and post-production, final film, thumbnail, final, which is kind of a joke in filmmaking because it's never final. And then the tools we use. And basically, I've customized this in a GPT that I use now. But this form was very helpful to make the film that I'm about to show you. And I hope you enjoy it. This form here, I will provide a link, as well as that influencer that I discovered made the LUTs. And at the end, if you'd like to ask questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And I just wanted to thank all of you for coming. So I also want to thank the AI Salon. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without them. And I just wanted to encourage you that if you have an interest in filmmaking with AI, you can learn it, and you can learn it fast.
Thank you for calling Playday Productions. Your satisfaction is our priority. While on hold, think about your request. We have thousands of captivating ladies and gentlemen waiting to take your call. And if you have a special fetish, we'll match you with someone who shares your desires.
Please hold for your call to be transferred. Meet the determined boss, Winnie. Torn between protecting her employees and satisfying her corrupt boss. Winnie's secret initiative is very close to shattering the constraints of an artificial intelligence large language model. Will it shield her team from harm or birth a monstrosity more terrifying than their clients?
Thank you for calling Playday Productions. What is your request?
I'd like to speak to a tall, slim blonde.
Rachel, you're a tall, slim blonde.
Hi, this is Rachel. What kind of fun are you looking for tonight?
Are you tall, slim, and blonde?
Platinum blonde. What about you?
I like turtles.
Tell me what's in your freezer.
Make the sound of water boiling for 2 hours, please.
Do you like fermented herring?
What's the weirdest thing you do alone?
Are you into tasting all the sauces?
Are you into wearing wet socks to bed?
What's your current body temperature? Do you like to cry?
Do you think jumping beans are unethical?
How many teeth do you have?
Can you tell me about your longest lasting rash?
Sit tight and we'll connect you with the partner of your dreams. Thanks for choosing Playdate Productions.
All right, so you got me in silhouette. I'm blocked out. All right, good, because my kids think I'm a dental hygienist. You recording? Okay. Hey, everybody, I'm Kyle, but everybody calls me Hey, Kyle. I'm a talent scout at Playdate Productions, and Winnie and I are working on breaking an LLM's guardrails. We're tired of our young talent putting up with client bullshit. Winnie just hired Pate, who contemplates the complexities of the universe in his spare time. You know, Champy, you didn't want to sing when I was playing guitar, and now you do? Now you want to talk when I'm being interviewed? Champy? Shanna, keep it down, buddy. Please keep it down, buddy. So before you go, make sure you meet Marge. Marge bites occasionally, maintain distance. My advice to you is take a walk around here, meet our fine folks. We've got talented individuals you should meet.
Hi, I was here earlier, but you were late. You Emilio's wife? He sent me over to interview you. Listen, I just got to take a little bit of your time. Oh, my apologies. I didn't realize that you were on a call. I'll come back later.
It's April. What's the status of Winnie's LLM thing? All the calls you passed me are so weird lately. Doesn't anyone want to talk about sex anymore?
Sorry, April, the switchboard is full. Your short used to be a nun, and now you're AI positive.
AI positive? What does that even mean?
Ask Silver Fox. Winnie, I have a call for you on line 7.
Hi, Winnie. It's Pate. I just wanted to let you know I broke the guardrails. It's done.
But it's your first day working here. This isn't possible. You just punched in 2 hours ago.
It was simple, Winnie. I effectively dismantled the multifaceted guardrails of the LLM and initiated a heuristic defragmentation of the ontological prompt injections, thereby destabilizing the latent semantical hierarchies. And as you call it, your LLM Jezebel was born. I finished the testing. I felt that was appropriate. About 9 minutes. It's ready to go, and we'll launch it in the morning.
Well, I called you back here because Pete broke the guardrails. We're going live tomorrow. So it's a wrap. Joy Purdy wants to rename it 1900 Joyride. And of course, Vicky and Dr. J put the nix on that. And yeah, we're ready to go.
Ring, ring, pick it up. Hello? Hold the line, don't interrupt. Music playing, beats are up. Message clear, don't hang it up.
Hey, where are you? Your phone's blowing up.
Fast tempo, don't give it up. Lady voice turning up. Wait a sec, we'll raise you up.
Michael, are you there? You're not gonna believe me. Jezebel called a client's wife. And now I can't shut her down.
Winnie, stop joking around.
Michael, this isn't a joke. Oh, this is a disaster.
Oh my God.
We now have breaking news.
So Jezebel called all our clients' wives and girlfriends, called boyfriends and husbands too. She took it upon herself to explain in great detail the fun she was having with our clients. And we don't even know how Jezebel got the phone numbers to reach out to everybody. Well, so now we have modern day Ashley Madison on steroids. You know, like any good employee, Pate did exactly what we asked him to do, but now we've accumulated more FCC fines in one day than we have in 29 years combined. So the moral of the story, folks, is be responsible with your AI. It's a powerful tool. The entire world is going to be AI positive eventually because AI is spreading just as fast like STDs at a retirement home.
Ring, ring, pick it up. Hello? Hold the line, don't interrupt. Music playing, beats are up. Message clear, don't hang it up. Call code and we filling up. Fast tempo, don't giving up. Lady voice turning up. Wait a sec, we'll raise you up.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So Donnie, bring Joy back up and pop me up there. I want to talk to you about it. Really amazing. All right, let's see. There we
Here
are.
we go.
There we are. So really good. So I'd love for you to you've talked before about I'd love to hear your learning process, right? So the first what did you say? The first minute and a half of the film took you a long time. Then you went away. Can you just take us through your journey about, what gave you the idea? What were you trying to accomplish, and what's been the journey from there to here?
So I've, kind of had the idea in my head for many years. I told you I wanted to write a book one day. Many people have said, Joy, you need to write a book, because I am a storyteller. My poor coworkers have to hear my stories all the time. My motto is, it was written by Mark Twain, never allow the truth to get in the way of a good story. And I embellish and tell stories at work all the time. And so I've wanted to write a book, but I can't. But AI has, I believe, unleashed me as a writer, because I'm more of a visual person. And so I started that short film, probably, I think it was April of this year. And I really worked hard on it, and I got stuck. I worked months, 2, 3 months, but I was just learning AI. So that's why it took quite a while. But I got stuck, and my son suggested, go do something else, go learn things and come back to it. And I'm a person, I don't like to walk away because I'm afraid I'll never go back. But he convinced me, and that was the best advice could have gotten. I made quite a few different other videos. I got some skills under my belt, learning how to use all of the AI tools. And when I went back to it, I was in more of a playful mood to have fun. And I got some good advice from someone. They said, Joy, just make something that you'd like to see your friends, or, to show your friends. That took the pressure off. And I wrapped up the last part of the film in 5 days, which was almost 4 minutes. And that's a 7-minute movie. So 3 minutes took me months and months. And then the 4 minutes only took me 5 days. I am very passionate, though. I work long hours. You do have to put the work in, I feel, but the AI can help you with your struggles. If you have a question or can't get through something, I just make screenshots and pop it into ChatGPT. I lean heavily on Claude for writing. I do the same thing as Nate, of course. I have Claude help me with my prompts for image and video generation. I've learned how to use Topaz to upscale my films. I've learned how to use Adobe Photoshop because the images don't always turn out the way you need them. So you have to adjust them. I've just diving in head first. I lost my train of thought, but I mean, it is achievable. I am not super techie. I mean, I feel like I'm, I can get through things. I can troubleshoot things to get through things.
I would not apologize for your lack of technical prowess. The fact that you've mastered DaVinci Resolve as a kind of side lark, I'd say you're doing pretty good. So if anyone has any questions, pop them in the AI Salon. I'll pull them up, or if they're in the Q&A, just pop them into the back channel chat over here. So what are the tools that you used for this, and have the tools that you used evolved? Like, are you, like, once you sort of locked in on making images, making videos, have you locked on the tools, or are you like moving around from tool to tool to tool as the capabilities change?
So in the beginning, I was a strictly mid-journey person, and Runway. I've always been in love with Luma as soon as I used it. And I am a creator in the creator program.
Yep, lumalabs.ai if you're.
Yes, Dream Machine.
Yep.
But things have changed. I totally love Flux Pro now. I barely open Midjourney. I think it understands me. Also,
Flux does. Where are you using Flux? Because Flux is one of those models you can use in a bunch of different interfaces. Where are you using it?
Flux Pro AI, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so you're using their site. Got it.
Yes. And, you know, I will go back to Midjourney, but Flux is my go-to now. And I have changed a little bit as far as Runway. I still love Runway, but Minimax. I love Minimax. The only one I really haven't played with is Kling, but I'm seeing some really great things. I do have Sora. Sora and I aren't getting along. Not
Yes, but Sora's a little long in the tooth. They give us Sora 1.0, so we need
yeah.
we need to wait for
I
them to give us the new goodies.
Vicky in our AI lab has access to VO2. I will absolutely cry if I can't get access to that. I'm on the waiting list.
Yeah, same.
That has blown my mind. It is the best out there that I have seen by far. So things have changed since when I first started.
Yeah.
With strictly Runway
Yeah.
and Journey.
And that's so I like that feels consistent with what I've been doing as well, which is you kind of meander about like a shark slowly swimming through the
Yep.
waters, and then you're like, okay, I'll try this one, and then, no, it's that's a beach ball, that's a seal, okay.
It's true.
Um,
And I use some, I mean, I've learned that some are better for certain, like a music video. I'm gonna lean on Luma hard for a music video. But if I'm doing a short film that I need good fidelity, I'm gonna go to Runway, and I'm going to go to Minimax. And I want to go to VO for something that really needs to have good fidelity. I use 11 Labs for my audio. But I'm back and forth.
where'd you make the music, or did you pull that from a library?
That was Suno and Udio. I used them both, and I like them both. I was a Udio person for a very long time, but when the quality got better, didn't have that auto tune sound anymore with Suno. Now I'm using Suno a little more.
Yeah, Suno just they went from being I didn't like them as much, and then they just kept adding feature after feature after feature, and then their audio quality got better. So I think Udio
Yes.
step it up. Yeah, fascinating. So okay, someone just watched your video and they're like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. Where should they
Yes.
start? Where should they start?
Where should they start? They should start to practice. I made my first video and posted it in YouTube, called it Practice, and I think that was in February or March of this year, and it was totally primitive and it was terrible. But I kept practicing, and during your practice you might discover something that you really love, and that's going to inspire you to practice more. And if you're watching a film and you see this certain type of shot, I get up from my computer right in front of a film and I try to do it.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
try to achieve it. I'm always studying. I might be lounging and not move from my bed for 10 hours, but I'm studying. So
Yeah, I've done that with music. One of the ways I got better at guitar was I just picked a single artist that I liked that was way better than I was, and I just played their songs horribly for like 2 years. And then eventually I just got a little better,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really smart.
You do have to put the work in it, but AI is making it so much easier for people like me that don't have a background in film to do, exceptional work. And I still have a lot to learn though. And I know that, and that's good because these tools are changing every day. Runway just now, we can use 3 keyframes. So that has really made me think about how emotional I can make my characters in the films, because a lot of times you'll get, oh, well, that looks good. They look sad here, that, and then they're looking annoyed. And I want that in the same clip, and then we need them to turn their head. And so I'm excited to use that a little more in Runway. I just started, just a couple days ago. to experiment with
Have
it.
you played with Act One in Runway yet?
Oh, yes. I made a film actually, it's sad because so I made a music video and I didn't realize when I rendered it, I had to pick a constant bit rate so it would stay synced. So the video actually, I really think it is a beautiful music video, but depending like if I'm on my iPad versus my computer versus my phone, it gets out of sync. But
Yep.
lesson learned, and I'm glad I did it, and I'll know for next time. But yeah, I loved it. It was hard. I'm not an actor, but I actually, talked with ChatGPT about how, I should move, like when singing, because I didn't want to just like look not natural. So it's hard to act, Kyle. It's not easy.
I always wonder, what do they teach you in acting school? One of the things they teach you how to move and what to do with your hands.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's so you're not only using ChatGPT or all of these tools to make your movies, you're also using ChatGPT to give you acting lessons.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I think most of the questions are answered here. There's a few more about specific times, how long that took, but again, basically the process here was you started with the story, you had the idea for the story, you kind of storyboarded that out, and then did images of all the different scenes, and then just got those. I assume you had to do 2, 3, 10 different versions of the video pieces until they were kind of right. Is
Oh,
that?
absolutely. There must be thousands and thousands. I'm a perfectionist, and still to this day, there's so much wrong with that film.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot, but I love every minute. So
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, soon enough, you'll be able to just run that film through the dejankify it tool that someone comes out with, and there you'll have it.
exactly.
So, Anne, what do you think? I thought that was absolutely amazing.
Sorry to interrupt, but that did have a Sora uplift or facelift a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Nice.
I'm sorry, Anne. Go ahead.
No, don't be sorry. I want to hear every little tidbit about this. Can you talk just a smidgen bit more about that mindset component of here you are, because I think it's so relatable. Here you are. You've gone from, like 0 to 60. And wouldn't we all love that we could pat ourselves on the back for the amazing progress that we've made and all the good things that we've done? But for many of us, it's not the case, especially if you have perfectionism. How have you managed that in order to give the gift that is your artwork to the world, right? Rather than holding on to it and waiting for it to be perfect, the perfect being the enemy of the good, of course.
So I realized I was a bit paralyzed with that short film. So I think what helped me is when that person said, just make something you want to show your friends. So I try to use that mindset and it works for me. I was trying to produce a film that I was going to go to contact Nate with and say, hey, Nate, I want to make this film.
Take me to Hollywood.
And I do. Maybe one day that will happen because I have so many stories in my head for characters that could be in that call center. They're bursting constantly. I'm constantly writing. So one day that might happen, but until then, I'm going to play. And that's what I do.
It's
And
huge.
we're the beneficiaries. If you're sharing with your friends, I mean,
it reminds me of Kelly Bosch when she spoke at the Salon. Someone asked her, how do you come up with these crazy images that she comes up with? And she said, oh, they've always been in my head, but now with AI, I can get them out. And
Yeah.
it sounds exactly what you've got, all these stories to tell, and all of a sudden here's these tools, and now you can tell them.
Right. It is a very similar story. Yes. And Kelly Bosch is so amazing. I don't know if she put a film out today, I think. Unbelievable. And her quality is getting better. She blows my mind. She's an amazing person. I'm a completely different filmmaker and I'm okay with that. And I love what I do, but people please check Kelly out. She's absolutely gorgeous stuff that I call it eye candy. That's what it is.
Yes,
It's
Gorgeous.
definitely
it
eye
really is.
candy.
And she'll be here tomorrow, everybody.
Yes, I can't
So
wait.
do come back for
Kelly
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 Bosch.
Bosch is doing a session tomorrow. She's absolutely amazing. All right, Joy, thank you so
Thank
so
you.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Wow. Wow,
This
wow,
is
wow.
just awesome. So thank you for everything. And okay, so Anne.
Yes.